Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Welcome to Monday Morning Crochet Business Chat. So glad you are here with us today. My name is Pam Grice. I am the Crochetpreneur, and I'm here to help you turn yarn into money. Looking at this weird lighting we have going on. Whatever. We're just gonna go with it. Hello, everyone. Hi. Why is my okay? Today we're going to be talking about, is it possible to make money with crochet? I keep seeing this question in our Facebook group and all over the internet. Is it really possible? And I can't tell you how many times the person gets a response saying, no, it's not possible. Basically, it's not possible, you shouldn't try. And I'm just telling you, don't listen to those people. It is possible. You should try. Yeah, so let's just get into it. Let me first say good morning to everyone who is here. I see you've been chatting up a storm in the chat box. I am so happy to see you, and I'm grateful that you're spending some time with us today. Go ahead and like this video so that we get more people hearing about it, so more people can join us. Good morning, Jennifer. Good morning, Deb. Hello, 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 Stephanie, Allison. Yeah, so go ahead and like the video, click on subscribe so that you get notified. You don't have to rely on me to remind you every week about Monday Morning Crochet Business Chat. And what else? Click on the notification bell. Other than that, let's hang out and talk about making money selling crochet products. We're specifically talking about products today. I think next week we're going to talk about designs, but today we're talking about products. So I made a couple of little things. I'll come back to the chat after. I feel like I'm very low. Should I do that? I'll come back to the chat after and answer your questions. So stick around and leave your questions till later so I don't have to scroll all the way back up through all the comments. But here's the question. Can I make a reasonable income selling crochet items? This was the specific question that was asked in our free Facebook group, Crochetpreneurs on Facebook. And so reasonable, right? So this is totally up to you. If you want to make a part-time income, if you just want to make a hobby income, if you want to just supplement your retirement, whatever, or if you want to make a full-time income, it's all up to you as far as how much money you want to make selling your crochet items. And that's going to kind of inform your strategy. So you can decide at the onset of when you start your business of kind of what your monetary goals are. And of course, that can always change. There are so many times life changes, needs change. Sometimes you need more money. Sometimes you're like, okay, we're all right. I don't have to work quite as hard. Anyway, before you can ensure, I'm going to do this again because I don't like that over my face. So before you can ensure the highest profitability, the foundations for your business must be in place. So often people will start a crochet business and they'll start selling their products and they'll just go to a craft fair and start selling, or they'll just start an Etsy shop and start selling, which I love action takers. So I love that you're taking action, but if your foundations aren't in place, you can't be quite reliant on the fact that you're going to make sales. So we need to get your foundations in place first. We're not going to deep dive into all of these. I'm just going to tell you what they are. You can go to the crochepreneur.com and do a search for each of these terms and find how to work on these. But first one, niche. You need to know your niche before you get started. Like, I want you to pick, what are you going to be selling? Will you be selling home decor items? Will you be selling fashion accessories? Will you be selling bags and purses? Will you be selling baby items? Once you know your niche, you can then decide who you're going to sell to. So I'd like you to pick your niche first, or you can pick your target customer first. If you're like me, I'm an introvert and there's only certain types of people that I enjoy working with. So for me, I picked my target customer and decided, okay, what is my target customer like? And then I chose my niche based off of who I want to work with. So these can be a little bit interchangeable. Niche and target customer. So niche is going to be about kind of the broader category of your products. I don't want you to selling to everything to everyone. This is not how you grow a business, right? This is how you grow big lots or flea market sales, not brand, custom, high price or regular price, worth what you're price what you're worth type of product. So I want you to pick your niche and your target audience. Whichever comes first is fine. All right. Once you do that, once you know exactly what you're selling and who you're selling to, the category of what you're selling and who you're selling to, then you can develop your product line. And we talked about this last week. I'll see if I can add a card. If I can add a card, I'll put it right here to go watch that video on product line. If not, I'll put it in the description. How to create a product line. So now you know your niche, you know your customer, you decide on the products that you're going to sell that are products that your target customer will love to spend money on. Either they need it or they want it or they have some sort of emotional connection and they want to give you their money. All right, so you create your product line. These are I said we're going over them quickly because then we're going to talk about the how, right? So right now we're talking about foundations you need to lay for your business. And then we're going to talk about how you're going to actually make the money. Okay, niche, customer, target customer, product line, your branding. A lot of people say branding doesn't matter. Just go out and sell things. I don't subscribe to that idea because your brand is going to tell your customers how much you're going to charge for your products. If you have a brand that looks like you're a hobbyist, they're going to expect to pay hobbyist prices. If you have a brand that looks like a hobbyist, they're not going to expect to be paying high-end or value-based prices for your products. So you're not going to be able to get the money that you would want to pay yourself, to earn a profit from your products, and to pay for your supplies. So your branding is what's going to inform customers about the quality of your products, and it's going to increase the perceived value based on how you build your brand. Now, this is your colors, this is your logo. Yes, it's those things, but also even more deeply, it's your business values. It's your purpose of your business. It's your deeper why of how you're helping people. So when you build this brand, you're able to share it with people and it increases the perceived value of your products and you can charge more and make a better profit. All right. Next, pricing. So now that you have those foundations in place, now you figure out your pricing. And you know, I have a formula that I use that you just plug in. This is how long it took. This is what my supplies were. This is my business expenses. This is how much I need to charge in order to make the profit that I want. And it gives you kind of a range of, you know, wholesale pricing through to retail pricing. And you can pick anything in there based on how much you want to pay yourself and how much profit you want to make. So you can adjust it however you want. I'll go ahead and link that below as well. Okay, so once you know all of these things, you get to decide your platform. And this doesn't mean your online platform. It just means, what is your platform? Where will you be selling? Will you be selling in person? Will you be selling online? What will you be doing? And if you are doing any of those things, where will you be doing them? So here we have, then you decide which income streams you will pursue and start selling. Easy peasy, right? So once you know, like I'm only going to sell in person, or I'm only going to sell online, or I'm doing both, right? So once you decide that, then we get down to what income streams do you want? Now, this is the foundation of what I'm trying to teach you today. When you ask the question, how do I make money selling crochet products? My answer is, you sell crochet products in various income streams. So yes, you're just selling products. All right, so we're not talking about blogging, we're not talking about ad networks, we're not talking about affiliates, we're not talking about passive income. Today, we're just talking about selling your physical products and what various income streams can you develop for your product-based business. All right, so let's just get into it. Some of these you're going to be like, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Or maybe there's something new in here that you hadn't thought about. So basically, as we go through these, I don't know, maybe there's 10 or 12 of them. As we go through them, make note of, yeah, that's something that interests me, or no, I'm not going to do that. And then you write them down, and then you start selling. You just do it, okay? You do it imperfectly. You learn, you connect with me, you connect with other people who are selling, learn all the tips and tricks, but I want you to get started so that you're not stuck in the, oh, I have to do it perfectly phase, okay? All right, so first one, we all know, craft fairs. So can you make money at craft fairs? Yes, of course you can. That's why people do it. If people weren't making money, they wouldn't be selling at craft fairs. So again, I have a video. I will link it here if I can. And if not, I will put it in the description. Either way, I'll put it in the description about how to make money at craft fairs. So you have to pick the right craft fair. You have to pick craft fairs that are marketed to people who want to spend money. If you're going to, so in my experience, craft fairs at churches, right? Craft fairs at churches attract people who are looking for hobby sellers, who are looking for lower priced items, kitschy items. So they're not looking for artisan quality items, and they're not going to be paying artisan quality prices. So for me, I don't do craft fairs at churches. There are high-end craft fairs that usually come with a higher booth fee. You can work yourself up to that. I like juried craft fairs, and I like craft fairs that don't allow direct sellers. I like only artisan craft fairs. That's where I found my best sales. But you definitely can make money at craft fairs. I typically would make between $1,500 and $4,000 at any craft fair that I was doing after my first year. My first year, I did terrible at craft fairs, and that was a learning experience. And then I did better. So again, I share more of that in that other video. So craft fairs is an option if you want to make money with crochet. Next, pop-up shops. So this is something I don't think enough people spend time pursuing, pop-up shops. This would be you're connecting with a local merchant or a local boutique saying, hey, can I set up a display in your shop for a week or for a month, or even for just a weekend or a day, and you set up shop, you advertise it, you market it, and you sell to their customers who are coming in or walking by or driving by. So I had mentioned before that I want to set one up in a parking lot. I live in a small town. We have 3,000 people in our town, but we have a highway that runs through. It's a 2-lane highway with a very popular coffee shop and mercantile right down close to our downtown. And I was like, I could just set up a shop in the parking lot there and sell, and I think it would do really well. So think about different merchants in your area that you might be able to connect with, and whether you just give them a sort of booth fee or whether you give them a cut of sales, that's up to you and however you want to work it. But I did this last year where I was renting an office space, and they let me set up. And so that we were right on Main Street in the next town over, and anybody that came into the office or anybody that was walking by could see the display and purchase. And so even though I wasn't able to do craft fairs because of COVID, I was able to make some sales at that pop-up shop. So that's another idea. Next is home parties. So home parties, I mean, if Tupperware can do it and if Pampered Chef can do it, why can't you do it? It just takes some planning, some connecting with people, follow the model that we all know from those other direct marketing companies, and plan a party with either some friends or, that's probably where you have to start, is have a friend host a party and invite all of her friends. People can try on your products, or you can demonstrate your products. You can give prizes to the hostess, all of that kind of stuff. You can play games, all of that. And if you're an extrovert, if you love sales, if you love to be with people, this is probably a good option for you. And I find at my craft fairs, whenever women come in groups, I make more sales because they feed off of each other. So if one person buys something, everybody wants that thing. So at home parties, you're just creating that same atmosphere. So I really like that idea. Next, farmers markets, particularly if you sell products that would be, if your same target audience shops at farmers markets and you're selling market bags or you're selling reusable items or things that target audience would like, I think farmers markets are a great option for you. And you can, if it's something that you love, you can go every week throughout the summer or throughout, the fall, and create a repeat customer base. So farmers markets are great for that. And so again, it's all about your branding. It's all about your perceived value and creating products that the target audience for that venue will love. Next is consignment shops. So consignments are fun. I do this particularly if I have leftover product. Put it in a consignment shop, which is usually they give you a booth space, you pay a certain amount a month, and they take a certain cut of profits. So if you're pricing your products correctly, then selling in a consignment shop, it doesn't eat into your profits too much. And you have to weigh whether that's worth it or not to you. For me, I think 35% is what most consignment shops have taken from my pricing. So connect with artisan shops in your area that allow you to set up a booth there and give it a go. Next is wholesale. So with wholesale, again, the person purchasing, instead of you making a bunch of product and they may or may not sell it and you'll get the leftover product back after they take their cut, in this case, the wholesaler will pay you up front for a certain amount of product, and you get to set that price. For me, it was always like you have to make a $300 purchase in order to get the wholesale pricing. And then the wholesale pricing was usually 35% off my regular retail pricing. And then they would make an order and they would pay for shipping and I would ship it to them. And that's the way wholesale works. Again, they do get a cut of your product. They do get a cut of your profits. However, typically you would be selling to these people things that you either have left over or for me, I usually take wholesale orders in August and September when I'm not quite as busy. And then once October hits, I don't take wholesale orders anymore. I don't have time for it. But it's a good way to fill in for when you're not making all that many sales. Anyway, during the quiet time, it's good to connect with people who might want to purchase wholesale. So those are just some quick ideas for offline selling. And then let's talk a little bit about online selling. So everybody knows, not everybody, but you may know that I really recommend starting an Etsy shop when you first start selling, because when you sell on Etsy, it's just a marketplace where they draw in customers who know that they're going to be paying artisan prices, right? So it takes a lot of the selling piece out of it and the driving traffic. Whereas, yes, you're going to drive traffic to Etsy, but Etsy's also going to drive traffic to your shop if you have your shop set up correctly. So I really think starting on Etsy is a good idea because it helps you learn about product descriptions. It helps you learn about creating products for your target customer, helps you learn about photography. All of those pieces that you're going to need when you start your own website, you can learn on Etsy as you walk through it, and you don't have to deal with the sales tax issue because Etsy takes care of the sales tax piece for the most part for you. So that's why I like to start there. And then after you get going on Etsy, after you get a following and you get some repeat customers, that's when you start your own website. So for me, the three different ways you might start a shop of your own is Shopify. So that's what I have used. Also, Squarespace is a good option. And then if you do have a website on WordPress, having a WooCommerce shop is a good option as well. I just realized I forgot something on this list, but I'll try and remember it. So creating your own website. This is a whole other way of selling, and definitely it reduces the fees. Like with Etsy, you do pay fees. So with your own website, you're paying for the website and you're paying for the credit card processing, but you don't have quite as many fees as you might with Etsy. You'll also have to drive all of the traffic yourself. So that's kind of the trade-off. Next is selling on Handmade on Amazon. I have not sold on Handmade on Amazon, so I can't give you a lot of details about that, but I know that people have had success there. So if you would like to, reach an even wider audience, then that's an option for you. Do a little bit of research. Also selling on eBay, same thing. I don't sell on eBay, but I have heard that more and more people are having success selling their handmade products on eBay. So if you set up your brand correctly, it doesn't hurt to list a few things and see how they do and decide if eBay is a good option for you. Then Facebook Marketplace. So I have been up and down about Facebook Marketplace, feeling like it was kind of flea market-ish, and maybe people wanted to pay flea market prices, but I'm hearing more and more from makers who are having success on Facebook Marketplace, even when they're pricing their products appropriately for their artisan business. So I think it's all about again, your good photography, your great descriptions, and any other, great customer service that you can offer people. Give Facebook Marketplace a try. And so this just got me thinking about setting up your Facebook shop on Facebook and your Instagram shop. So I think I'm going to have to do a separate video about those as I set those up for my own brand new business. I will share with you A, how to do that, and B, how it goes. So you can definitely set up shop on Facebook and Instagram, and as you post, then just take your payments right through Facebook. And the options really are endless. So you're creatives, right? It's who you are, it's what you do. Come up with ideas. Be creative. Think about what would feel good to me, what would be exciting to me, where do my customers hang out, how can I connect with them, all of those things. So that's what's going to help you to be successful selling physical products. The opportunities for success are limited only by your time, your talent, and your tenacity. So we all have only a limited amount of time. If you're making physical product, again, the amount you can sell is limited by the time that you have to create product, but you can hire contractors to help you. So there's nothing to say that you can't think about how to scale that product-based business if you end up getting a lot of sales. I've done that in the past. It worked out great. So that's something you can think about. Next, your talent. You have to be realistic about your skill and say, will people pay for this? Are my stitches impeccable? Is my tension consistent? Does my product look better than the other people's products out there, right? Because why would they pick you over other people? How can you improve your skills over time as well? And then your tenacity. The people who find success selling physical products are the people who don't quit. So you keep trying things, you keep analyzing the data, you keep figuring out what's working, what's not working, you connect with your customers, ask them what they want. All of those things will help you to make the profits that you're looking for in your crochet business. So that's what I had to share with you today. All right, we have comments. So let me pop over into the comments. And there's a lot of comments. I'm going to take this off. All right. Whoa. Whoops. Sorry. You guys, the cows are free ranging on our property, and so they're bringing flies with us. So I don't know if you saw that guy just fly by. Flies are driving me crazy. Okay. So for those of you, I should have said at the beginning, for those of you watching the replay, would you let us know you're watching the replay? I'm so glad that people are here. watching now so I can answer your questions. But if you are watching the replay, go ahead and leave a comment below, and I will come back and I will answer those. So don't be afraid to leave your questions below. I'm happy to answer. I am so lost on where to start. Just start. You said you have a name, and you know what you're making. But is the business side that is crazy? It's not crazy. It's not crazy. It's not hard. You just make a phone call to your local small business association. They will walk you through the whole thing. You can get it done today. Okay? But believing it's hard, believing it's crazy is going to keep you stuck and not moving forward. So you have to decide, do you prefer to stay stuck or do you prefer to move forward? And make decisions based on that. Oh my gosh, you guys. I need my fly swatter. Again, like seriously, you just have to make a decision that even though I think saying it's uncomfortable is a little bit more truthful, right? It's uncomfortable. It's not familiar to me, so I don't want to do it. Okay, so pick a day and say, I'm going to do it even though it doesn't feel comfortable to me. It feels crazy, but I'm going to do it anyway, because you could be making money right now, but instead you're staying stuck. So yeah. Keeping up with all the different ways to sell, pick one. Pick just one. All right, that will eliminate the overwhelm. Pick one, get started. Easy peasy. Good morning. Just when I think I have my head around it all, something else crops up. Allison, you're doing it. Okay? You're doing it, and you're doing it right, and you're making progress. Product liability insurance, you'll get there. You'll get there. Okay, I'm scrolling. Sorry, I hope that's not too boring for you. Good morning. Okay, so I'm still scrolling. I'm going to look, but I just want to say for everyone, I feel like our community is, for some reason, people love to kill other people's dreams. I don't know why that is. And it's just easier when you say, I have a dream and I want to do this. And people say, it's really hard and it doesn't work and you're never going to make money. And then you're like, okay, it's really hard. That's the easy route. It's actually the hard route. I don't know why people are picking that route. Rather than you say, I'm going to do this thing. And people say, it's hard and you can't do it. And no, you're never going to make money. And you're like, why don't you just say, screw you, I am going to do it. I'm sorry for saying screw you, but don't let people kill your dreams. Just because they can't make their dreams happen doesn't mean that you can't make your dreams happen. So stop buying into the belief that it's hard. Stop buying into the belief that you can't do it, and just do it. I hope that's not too tough love, but go do it. How to make sales only having a Facebook, Twitter, and websites with Crochet Items only. Facebook, Twitter, and websites. That's all you need. Start making sales. So put your things up there. Again, you already have the foundations. You have your niche, you have your target customer, you have your awesome product line, you have your great branding, your marketing to the people who want to buy your things. You just need to get out there. So that would mean connecting with people, get people on your list. Do some videos, do some live videos. First, ask your friends and family if they're your target customer. Be sure to ask them so you can start building up some sales. And then just keep plugging away until you do it. So right now is slow season, right? But in 2 days, it's September. People are going to start thinking about the holidays. So your sales are going to pick up. You just have to have your stuff out there for people to buy. I'm interested in selling crochet, but I'm totally starting from the beginning. Great. Stephanie Garrett. I have a Stephanie Garrett who I was friends with in high school. You don't look like the same Stephanie Garrett, but if you are, hey, cool. So I am also interested in selling crochet. I'm totally starting from the beginning. Okay, so start from the beginning. Figure out your niche, figure out your target customer, figure out your product line, figure out your branding, figure out your pricing, decide where you're going to sell, and sell. Easy. But also talk to your small business administration and take care of all those little bits and pieces. Everyone's location is going to have different rules about what you need to do to set up your business. So talk to your local authorities and figure out what that is. If you need sales tax, if you need a business license, if you need a peddler's license, whatever, get yourself your business bank account, get yourself a PO box if you want to do that. Branding is very important. I agree. Why you need, oh, thank you, Katie. Katie, Hooked by Katie is here. She is our moderator. She is queen of all linking. So she linked that niche article there for you. Okay. Katie linked the pricing thing. Where's information on how to research if your business name you want to use is already taken and where to apply for a business name? So you're going to look at if you're in the US, your Secretary of State will let you know if it's taken in your locale, but also you'll want to search online. Just take the name and search on Facebook, search on Etsy, search on thename.com. You're going to find, if someone's using that name, you're going to find it. And then also, if it's trademarked, go to the type in TESS trademark search, and it will bring you to the US trademark search website, and you can do a search. And then if you really want to be sure, then I would talk to a trademark lawyer and have them do a search for you. But typically, if you type it into Google and say, this is my business name, just type it in. Just type in, like for me, Crochetpreneur, and see if it brings up something. And if it does, then pick something else. Okay, there was someone with Crochetpreneur, but their website wasn't working. They were in some foreign country. They never posted on Facebook or anything. So I took it because I wanted it, and I trademarked it here. So craft fairs, I go in years in September and make more than $10,000. Go there that weekend, but this year's I'm not able to attend, but we'll be there next year. See? Name check, that check the domain and all the social sites to see if a name was available. Name check. So check that out. So is the draw for the vendor you're marketing? How would you position the value proposition to them? So is the draw for the vendor you are marketing? I'm not really sure what that question means. How would you position the value proposition to them? Okay, so can you rephrase that so I can understand what you're saying? Probably better to start with your local state requirements. There is a way to check. You don't want a domain name if you can't have the name in your state. That's right. Home parties. I took a picture of all my work on my phone and show it to my coworker around Christmas time, and then I bring it to my workplace and sell it to them on our break. That's awesome. Awesome idea. Is it best to pre-make or do made to order? Totally up to you. I used to do both, and right now I don't have time for made to order. I do find people do like to feel like they're part of the process, and so I think made to order sells more easily than pre-made items. However, I'm only doing pre-made, and I'm marketing it as limited edition. So I'm posting it and saying, if you want this, you got to buy it now because this is the only one I have, and I'm not making another one. So you can turn that kind of ready to ship pre-made item into a higher value proposition by saying, you either buy it now or it could be gone. If you're connecting with local boutiques to do pop-up shops, what do you work out with the boutique in order to put your items in for a weekend or a month? You just chat with them and decide, you and the owner come up with a plan and then put it in writing so everyone knows what the plan is. Talk about how much space you have, how long you'll be there, who's in charge of collecting tax for that, who's, when are you going to take your items out, how will the money be handled, all of that stuff. So just put it in a quick little document, everybody sign it so you're on the same page, and put your things up. You can link WooCommerce to Etsy. Don't they have a wholesale shop on Facebook? You know what? I don't know. I haven't looked into that. I'm really sorry. Okay, please don't market yourself in our chat. Thank you. What are average contractor price costs? So you can decide what you want to pay your contractors. Typically, because it's a contractor and not an employee, you're not going to be paying by the hour. You're going to be paying by the project. So decide per project how much you want to pay them. So for me, I had a hat that took about 45 minutes to make, and I paid $10 for each hat. So basically they were making $12, $13, what is that? $13 an hour, depending on how long it took them to make it. So they could decide, this week I want to make $500, so I'll make 50 hats, There are items I love to make that are both home decor and fashion accessories, which crosses niches. However, I know that I need to choose one niche. Any suggestions? So if you choose, you can choose home decor and fashion accessories. So you create the niche, right? So you can say something like, beautiful things for the whatever woman, or something like that, so that you can do both home decor and fashion accessories, as long as you have the exact same target audience, so you don't create confusion for them. So if your target audience for the fashion accessories would be the same people who are going to want to buy your home decor accessories. So just make sure you're speaking to the same person. Is 10% a fair amount to give a shop that sells your products? They're not going to sell your products for 10%. Typically, they're going to ask for typically between 30 and 50%, because they're paying rent for the building they're in. They're taking the time to sell your products and handle the cash and do all that stuff. They're bringing people into the shop, so that's a value to you. And so they're going to want between 30 and 50%. That's kind of the way it is. I would never pay them 50% because that's my profit margin. So I typically go no more than 35%. Selling on Ravelry. You can't sell physical products on Ravelry. So, and we're just talking about physical products right now. So you can't do that. Is Etsy free to use and add products? Etsy is 20 cents per product listing, and the listing lasts for 3 months. Other than that, you do pay other fees once the product sells. So you do pay transaction fees, credit card processing fees. You would pay advertising if you're doing that on Etsy. So it does come out to be about 15% total. It depends on how much your products are, honestly, because they take a certain percentage of the product price. But yeah, and when you start your Etsy shop, they don't release the money to you at the same time that it's purchased. So you need to have some cash up front in order to pay for some of that stuff. So I would say $100 should do it for your first, month until you start getting paid. Okay, we are going to be signing off in a little bit. You're disabled. You're nervous about making your business. Are you nervous because you're on disability and you're not supposed to be making money? Or I'm not sure why your disability would impact you having a business. Well, it depends on the disability, of course. Why are there crutches behind you? Huh. Yeah. Well, I hurt my knee about 2 weeks ago or a week ago, and I need to go have surgery, but I don't have time. So I'm hopping around our farm on my crutches for now. And hopefully that will change sometime soon when I have some time to go have my knee taken care of. Screw you, dream killers. That's right. Yes, Katie says a lot of people are dream killers because it makes them feel better about the fact that they gave up. Yes, don't listen to those people. When I find them in my Facebook group, I typically kick them out because nobody needs that. Nobody needs it. If you have the will, you will find a way. If you don't, then you will find an excuse. That's right. John Ford, Carol said. I didn't know who was the originator of that, but okay. Start somewhere. I haven't chosen a niche. I just like to make things for people who don't think they have the ability to make things for themselves. Alana, that's not a niche. Because you're always going to be making custom items. And I mean, if you want to. Okay, so my target customer is people who don't know how to crochet, and so they want something really bad. They're going to have to pay for that because you're learning a new product each time you make a product for someone who wants something. So that comes with a premium, and I'm talking premium because it takes much longer to make a product for the first time than it takes to make it for the 20th time. So you can try, but it's not what I would recommend, because then you're looking for people to come to you, right? How do you market to people who don't know that they want something until they want it? When you don't know what you're going to be selling to them, because they're going to decide what they want and then come to you with it. That's very hard marketing paradigm, I guess. So I wouldn't recommend that. I would just decide who you want to work with and make things for them. Do you need to consult local small business associations if you use? Yes. You need to, because you're still a business located in a specific place, so you need to be set up in that place to have your business license, your sales tax license, and all of that, even if you're selling only online. Let's see. I did a search with my first name, Caroline's Creations, and was owned by a lot of people. This is why I don't suggest you use your first name in your business, because it's not memorable. Yeah. I had to change it to C&K Fashionista. All right. Talk about branding. What do you mean by branding my name of my business? So your brand incorporates a lot of things. Your brand, for me, okay, so I have 3 businesses. My brand for Crochetpreneur is A, my business name, Crochetpreneur. B, my logo, which you can see kind of right down there, or right there. So that's my logo. So people know me by my logo. Also, they know me by helping you turn yarn into money, right? That's my little tagline. Or they know me by on a mission to help 100,000 women create financial freedom through crochet. That's my kind of value statement or my mission statement. So all of these things are pieces of my brand that people understand and know. And so for my physical products business, which I'm not going to tell you the name of right now because we have to wait until I actually launch and start making money, but I have a specific target audience, and I thought, what kind of things do they like? What kind of brands do they buy from? How can I use my brand to speak to them? And so I created the whole brand for that target audience. And then I reached out to some of my friends who are that exact target customer. And I said, hey, this is the brand I'm starting. What do you think? And they're like, oh my gosh, I love it. Can I buy something? I don't even have products out there yet, but they just looked at the brand. So the brand is minimal. It is clean. It is targeted towards women who love the outdoors and hiking. And the mission statement is about helping women accessorize their adventure, and then also giving back to rescue women from slavery and sex trafficking. So these are passions that my ideal customer has. And so in that brand, all of those things are encompassed. So even when they just look at the brand, they're like, take my money. I believe in what you're doing. I don't even care what your product looks like. Okay, so this is the way I design the business. So that's the way I suggest you design your business as well, is to say, who am I selling to? How do I create a brand that just speaks to their heart? Okay, so I am going to have to let folks go. Let's see what happens if I don't have a logo yet. You don't need a logo. Like up here, this is just an accessory for my business. You just need a business name and pick a font. Pick a font that's memorable. Like mine is, sorry, it's so hard to do this. Mine right here is very plain, right? But this is what my logo looks like. It's always going to look like that. Everywhere I put it, it looks like that, just so it becomes memorable to people. So you just pick what you want yours to look like. I wouldn't make it too scripty because that's hard to read. Davina, you're my ideal customer. Wait till you see my brand. You're going to love it. One of my CBAers found it the other day and sent me a message. She said, I found you. Do I get a prize? So, okay. So you guys, please go ahead and like this video. I'm trying to grow this income stream. I'm trying to get monetized on YouTube. And so your shares, your likes, your comments, your subscriptions, your watching this all the way to the end, all help in that goal. And I just appreciate that. I hope you found this helpful. And if you have any further questions, once this uploads to YouTube, go ahead and leave your questions below. Or if you're watching on Facebook, I'll pop into Facebook as well to answer your questions. And that's it for today. I appreciate you guys. I'll be back next week to talk about how to make money as a pattern designer. Okay, so thanks for being here. I appreciate you guys, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.